Good morning, beloveds. Okay, there we go. Wanted to get that bright light out of that corner there. So, um, I'm I'm not sure that I'm awake yet. Since I got the cortisone shot in my knee, I've been sleeping better, and it's just interesting that I didn't realize how much pain I was in until I wasn't in as much pain, and how that much pain affected my ability to get a good night's sleep. So my body's like, well, we're just gonna, yeah. All right. I'm staying off of it for at least for probably the 2 weeks. So we went for a nice bike ride this morning, and the weather's perfect for biking. Not too hot, not too cold. Thankfully, not wet. But all right, it is October 12th. I can't believe we're almost halfway through October already. Our title is I'm Poised and Established in the One Mind. And our Bible quote is, Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. And that is Isaiah 26:3. The assets of a spiritually minded person are his ability to remain untouched by the confusion of the world around him and to instigate a creative process that will bring order out of chaos. It may seem easier to exist in a panicky state of mind, telling all who we meet how difficult life is, than to remain poised and say nothing at all. Yet we are assured that there is a way of thinking wherein we can handle every situation with ease, stability, and poise by becoming still, and from a center within ourselves find a peace which has never been disturbed. God, in the midst of us, is instantly available as peace, order, and harmony. All that is required is to turn within and think in His terms, His ideas. As we do this, the panic flees and order is born. We are already in the mind of God, which always operates in peaceful and perfect ways. My thought is stayed upon the Christ mind within me, and from it I drink the waters of peace. There is nothing to fear, for my God indwells me. His mind thinks through me. His love enfolds me. Every idea I need to meet any situation is already given unto me by my indwelling spirit. I know what to do and how to do it, and I do it with ease and efficiency. Nothing can disturb me nothing can disturb me, for His perfect presence fills my world, and all things now work together for good. I radiate peace and receive peace, for God is peace. I am poised and established in the one mind, and nothing can disturb the calm and peace of my soul. I give thanks for the perfect spiritual poise in handling my world and the people in my life. All right. So that first line, the assets of a spiritually minded person are his ability to remain untouched by the confusion of the world around him and to instigate a creative process that will bring order out of chaos. All right? It may seem easier to exist in a panicky state of mind, telling all whom we meet how difficult life is, than to remain poised and say nothing at all. And that right there is really, honestly, when you meet peaceful people, it doesn't mean that their life isn't messy. What it means is that they are focused on, one, the peace, and two, they are focused on the solutions to the messiness. Because they understand the power of, and I'm going to use the word complaining, the sheer power of complaining. When people complain about problems, it makes the problems seem bigger than they actually are. And the more people you have complaining about a problem, the bigger that the problem seems. And then suddenly we've blown it up into such such a big problem that nobody thinks we can do anything about it. All right. And that is the power of complaining. And I don't mean that in a good way. I don't mean that in a good way. The more complaining we do about something, we tend to blow things out of proportion. It also means that our focus, our attention, and our power is going towards the problem. And if you paid any attention at all to science of mind, one of the things that science of mind really believes in is that where our attention goes is where our power goes. So when we have a problem, we don't focus on the problem, we focus on the solution. And we also believe in being quiet and listening. All right? Because we know that we have a guide, we have that inner guidance. And that inner guidance is frequently a still small voice. So if we want to hear it, then we need to be quiet. We need to go somewhere quiet. So we tend to walk away from noisy people, especially noisy people that are complaining about the problem, because they're not doing anything. They are literally wasting their power blowing up a problem. Whereas we're going, well, if I'm going to do anything about this, then I need to focus on the solution. And it takes some of the power away from the problem, so that the problem isn't blowing itself out of proportion and we are working towards a solution. So that's one of the reasons why you meet people who seem peaceful and you're like, well, their life is perfect. No, their life isn't perfect. They just understand where their focus goes is where their power goes. And so they're going to focus on what they want, which is peace, which is harmony, which is creativity, which is a solution to the problem. And I'm not saying a little complaining isn't okay. All right. I think it is important that people understand that life isn't perfect, or life is perfect. Life is messy. They need to understand that life is messy. And so I have a rule. You are allowed to complain to me as long as you are actively working on the solution. But if you're just complaining to complain, I'm not going to listen to you. Because you're literally wasting your energy. And it's not moving you any closer to getting out of the situation that you're complaining about. So a little complaining, a little whining is okay. All right. So I don't want you to hear that you can't whine. What I want you to hear is that if you're going to whine, you need to actively be working on the solution. And understand that the more whining you do, the more complaining that you do, the more power you're giving to the problem, and the more power you're taking away from the potential solution. All right? So that's why you meet these people who seem to walk through a chaotic and messy world, and it doesn't touch them. It's not that it doesn't touch them. It's that they're focused on the solution. And that requires of us to be calm, to be peaceful, to be quiet, to listen, and focus on the solution rather than getting caught up in the panicky. And he says it may seem easier, but it's not. It's not. If you've ever let a situation run away with you, you feel like a hamster on a wheel. You get off the wheel, you realize you've gone nowhere, and now you're tired. So it's like it may require a little more effort to maintain that poise initially. But that's where the payoff is. It's like it takes a little more effort to straighten up and to pull everything into that quiet, calm poise. It's going to require a little more effort in the beginning. But once you get there, it's a heck of a lot easier to maintain than the complaining panicky. Because with the complaining panicky, eventually you're going to collapse upon yourself. And I'm speaking from experience. Because I've had my hormones run away with me. I spent 2 years on an antidepressant. And before that, yeah, my brain would run away with me, and then I wondered why I was tired all the time because my brain was literally running away from me. So once I got those hormones, reset and under control, and then I could walk through the world in a different way, I wasn't so tired all the time because I wasn't letting my brain run away with me, and I could stop and I could think and I could listen and I could focus. And that right there, that's kind of when you're panicky and complaining and doing all of that, you're not focused. You're not focused. And you miss little details. So don't ever think that peaceful people don't have messy lives. But peaceful people are focused on solutions, not on problems. And so in the long run, they're going to have more energy and they're going to get more done. They're going to get more done. It's that, let's be honest, but let me explain to you why this works. Why, how this works. So, October 12th, I am poised and established in the one mind. And I love Isaiah. And I think through reading these books, I've developed a different relationship with Isaiah. A better relationship with Isaiah than I had before, because it's forced me to pull a little bit harder into Isaiah, going, well, what was Isaiah really saying here? And bear in mind, there are at least 3 authors in Isaiah. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. So, Spirit will keep you in perfect peace if you are focused on Spirit, because it means you're focused on the solution, you're focused on peace, you're focused on the creativity. And you trust that the answers are coming. So, the assets of a spiritually minded person are the ability to remain untouched by the confusion of the world around them. Now, it doesn't mean that the confusion of the world is not touching us. It doesn't mean that. But it means that when the confusion is swirling around us, that we are we're not going to be caught up in the confusion, because we want to be part of the solution. And the asset is also to instigate a creative process that will bring order out of chaos, focused on the solution. It may seem easier to exist in a panicky state of mind, telling all who we meet how difficult life is, than to remain poised and say nothing at all. But in the long run, the more panicky you are, the more tired you are, and nothing's gotten done. Nothing's gotten done. I mean, there's a time and a place to panic. Sometimes you need that adrenaline to kick in to get you out of the initial. And then you can take that deep breath and go, okay, all right, now I can deal with this. So it's not, a moment up. And then you reassert that poise, okay? So, if you're in danger and you need to get out of it, feel free to, kick that adrenaline in and go. And then as soon as you are safe, then straighten back up. So it's like, you're human. It's going to happen. It's okay. Occasionally it is necessary. But not all the time. In fact, not even most of the time. And in the long run, you'll feel better. All right. And yet, we are assured that there's a way of thinking wherein we can handle every situation with ease, stability, and poise by becoming still, by focusing on the solution. And from a center within ourselves, find a peace that has never been disturbed. This is the place that Reverend Jesse talks about, the place that nothing has ever been wrong. Nothing has ever been wrong. And it is a spiritual place. But we can bring it into the material world. Absolutely. That is part of our, dare I say, job as a material expression of a spiritual idea. Because that's what we are. We're a material expression of a spiritual idea. And part of our job is to channel that spiritual idea into the material world. That's part of our purpose. God in the midst of us is instantly available as peace, order, and harmony. Always, 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 always. And we have access to that place because it is within us, not without us. We don't have to go to Kathmandu or Timbuktu or any, I was trying to think of the most far-reaching places. We don't have to go there. We have to go to the scariest place of all, within. All that is required is to turn within and think in God's terms, in God's ideas. As we do this, the panic flees and order is born. The panic flees. Because in the face of the ultimate solution, panic cannot exist. Because panic doesn't exist in God. It doesn't. We are already in the mind of God, which always operates in peaceful and perfect ways. So we're already in the mind of God. It's the mind that we're using. We just haven't been using it efficiently because we haven't been using it consciously. And therein lies the rub. It's like you have access to the ultimate solution. It is already within you. You just need to go back to thinking God thoughts. My thought is stayed on the Christ mind within me, and from it I drink the waters of peace. You want a mantra for the day? There you go. There is nothing to fear, for my God indwells me. If my God indwells me, then that means I can never be cut off from that spirit. And that's the truth. It doesn't matter what any religion tells you. You can never be cut off from spirit because spirit is within you. You can create the illusion. You can listen to the illusion that religions and other people spin, but you can never be truly cut off because that spirit indwells you. That spirit is within you. God's mind thinks through me. God's love enfolds me. Every idea I need to meet any situation is already given unto me by my indwelling spirit. Anything I need, it's already available. But occasionally I need to shut up and listen. Actually, most of the time I need to shut up and listen. And that's where the difference between peace and complaining is. Because when you're complaining, you're not listening. When I'm complaining, I'm not listening. I understand this. All right, where is it? I know what to do and how to do it, and I do it with ease and efficiency. Nothing can disturb me, for God's perfect presence fills my world, and all things now work together for good. All right? I radiate peace and receive peace, for God is peace, because I know who I am. I am a beloved child of God. So you are also a beloved child of God, which means you have the power to radiate peace and receive peace. I am poised and established in the one mind, and nothing can disturb the calm and peace of my soul. And nothing can disturb the calm and peace of my soul. Nothing can disturb the calm and peace of your soul, because your soul is the same soul that I have, which is God's soul. We are all part of one great soul, and nothing can disturb that soul. Absolutely nothing. And we're individualized centers in that soul. So nothing can disturb that. So that's where we go. When the world looks messy and crazy and confusing, we go back to that soul. We go back to God's soul. I give thanks for the perfect spiritual poise in handling my world and the people in my life, because sometimes the people in my life need to be handled. And it works better when I do it with kindness, with compassion, with poise, with peace. Because if I come at you angry, then you're going to react to me angry. And if I come at you with peace, then you may initially react angry. You might. But you'll have the opportunity to relax and realize that I mean you no harm. So I'm going to choose peace. I'm going to choose peace. And if I come at you in peace and you don't, well, then I'm just going to think peaceful thoughts from over here. All right, so the mission today, should we choose to accept it? Well, I had it. Where was it? Oh, well, okay. We're going to go with this one. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to radiate peace and to receive peace. All right? To radiate peace and receive peace. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means to think before we speak. It means to choose our words consciously. It means to respond to a situation, not to react to a situation. It means to focus on the solution. It means when we come up against the people who rub us the wrong way, to, one, give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're having a bad day. And two, to meet them with velvet. To meet them with velvet. To be gentle. To be gentle. There are people who just, they're not ready. They're not ready. And you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. The best that you can do is respond peacefully. And eventually they're going to wonder, what does that person know that I don't? How is that person always peaceful? How is that person? Why do things seem to work out for that person? Because they're focused on the solution. So radiate peace. Radiate peace. All right? I know. And the beautiful thing about that kind of mission to radiate peace is it can look like whatever you want it to look like. Which means it can be joyous and laughing and singing and happy. It can be quiet. It can be distant. It can be in your face. It can be creative. What does peace look like to you? And it does not mean sitting cross-legged on a pillow. It can mean getting out and doing. It can mean getting out and doing and making the world a better place. So radiate peace today. The peace in your soul. And if it's loud and joyous and boisterous song, then do it. All right? And I'm going to move into the process of my day. So I'm going to encourage you, as I always do, to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. Be it a small thing of taking an extra 5 minutes and having a nice cup of tea, or if it is giving yourself a spa day and going and getting a massage or a facial or whatever, or if it means taking a nap or going to bed early or turning your alarm off if you have nowhere to be. I mean, we all have obligations, right? Whatever it is. Or maybe it's having an extra piece of dark chocolate. That can be a loving, kind, compassionate thing for yourself. And I want you to do this because you deserve your own love, your own kindness, your own compassion. Absolutely. You're a beloved child of God. You deserve it. I also want you to make it a default, a habit, so that it is your first response when things get a little confusing. To be kind, to be loving, to be compassionate with yourself. Especially because I make plenty of mistakes. But I'm not going to beat myself up about the mistake. I'm going to be loving, I'm going to be kind, I'm going to be compassionate, and I'm going to fix it. And I'm going to fix it a whole lot faster if I can do the loving, kind, compassionate thing with myself. I've created a bank of it so that when I make a mistake, I can fix my mistakes faster that way. It also means that I have it to share. All right? That's the benefit. I also encourage you to engage your mind and your body. Go get a face full of sun. Reset all those hormones. It'll give you more energy for the day. It'll wake you up. And it can help you sleep better at night. Drink plenty of water. I know in the Rockies it's about to be cold, so feel free to drink warm water. That's what tea's for. Or hot cocoa. I have friends up there, so I was like, their weather. But drink plenty of water. Drink plenty of water. And whatever else you do, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven now. Right here, it is all around you. All around you. It's merely awaiting you seeing it. Look for it. All right, beloveds. It's Tuesday. I'm not sure what's going on Tuesday. So if you want to know for sure, if you're not on the mailing list, email info@creativelife.org. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Do what you need to do to make it a good day, great day, fantastic day, amazing day, wonderful day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. All right, beloveds? Take care of yourself. Know that you're loved. And catch us on all the social medias. All right? Creative Life Spiritual Centers, Creative Life Spark. That's Instagram and TikTok. And the YouTube channel. And then I am the Running Rev Ryan. All right? So feel free to check us out. And I will see you tomorrow.